死んだは初めて俺に伝えている。
絶望の匂いだ。
面白いこと見せようか。ほら、こんなにチンが多すぎて。
お父さん。
あかん。
ドナルド君、まだ死ぬ時じゃないでしょ。
アメリカ、万歳、ファイト。
絶対負けないよ。
ランドトゥライドまで。
出ろ。だってまだサンキュー言ってないでしょ。一回も言ってください。
おい、仲良くしてるね。この世界、季節にいけるかな。昔グレートだった大きにまたグレートになるかな。あのさ、有名人なら誰かのマンコ掴んでいいさ。そう言い張らせるで。
What's going on, everyone? Welcome into CobraCast 199. I am your host, Jeremy Prime, Mage IDOT of Unit 199. Happy to see everybody here on a Monday. It feels like I have been gone forever, but I was actually only gone for like the weekend. But I wasn't gone because I was live on Locals covering the NFL. The only day I didn't really go live was Saturday. I was going to go live Saturday, but I had some things come up with family and IRL and all of that. But a lot happened over the weekend. My goodness, a lot happened over the weekend. It was kind of insane. And we have a lot to catch up on. So I hope everybody is doing well. Sports Wars don't count. Hey, Sports Wars does count. We had a hell of a stream over on Locals last night. It was awesome covering Sunday Night Football. Zach says Bama bounced back with an absolute murder game. I mean, it was against UL Monroe, but I'll take it 73-0. A lot happened today alone. Yeah, I know. It's just insane how much content there is in the world of Donald Trump. It never stops. I don't want to talk about the Dolphins game. So, and I know you guys will be very respectful of that. I do. This is one thing I appreciate about our little corner of the internet is that, if I tell you guys like, hey, can you guys not bring up the Dolphins being absolute dog shit? I know you guys will appreciate that. So thank you so much for being amazing. The best part of the internet right here. The Snake Pit, the 199. Let's see. We've got $10 from Mazza Dinklage. Says, when Democrats say they love our veterans, what they mean is in jail. In mass, Healy and the Democrats have a retired Air Force veteran in jail with no bail for lawfully owning firearms. Where's his due process? Jesus, that's insane. And yes, Democrats hate America. They hate freedom. They just do. And we've got plenty of examples of that we're going to talk about. Leon with 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, Leon, with the 5 gifted memberships. Superfly Will says, what's up, Hale? Thank you, brother. Mazza Dinklage says, Salty saw your show and clipped his reaction to Alex Jones on his Rumble channel. I can't believe there's more memes from the meltdown. Dude, it is so great. It really is. I think we'll talk about that. Somebody created a meme about Alex Jones. It's like Alex Jones, Alex Jones' biggest challenge yet. Who is Salty Cracker? It's the greatest thing ever. X-Wang 5 member message. Thank you so much. First things first, we gotta the boss is back. President Trump absolutely destroys this clown. This was yesterday. Listen to what Trump says to her. It is absolute peak Trump right here.
You say that, darling. That's fake news.
Well, why
I
would
don't
the
go to
Department of
war.
Defense?
Listen, be quiet. Listen. You don't listen. You never listen. That's why you're second rate. We're not going to war. We're going to clean up our cities. We're going to clean them up so they don't kill 5 people every weekend. That's not war. That's common sense.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. You never listen. That's why you're second rate. We're not going to war. We're going to clean up our cities so they don't kill 5 people every weekend. That's not war. That's common sense. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Love seeing Trump just put these clowns in their place. As a matter of fact, we've got a clip to explain that. If you guys want to hear it, this is Trump right here.
Some of these women, they're so stupid, and
I think it froze up a little bit, but yeah, some of these women, they're so stupid. I'll have to see if I can fix that from lagging, but it's accurate. It's 100% accurate. I want to be a whale psychiatrist. Little Jim's Halo says Dems keep running on protecting criminals. You'll keep losing. I hope Trump goes after those judges that are not charging criminals. 40K worldview says Trump went hard on religious liberty today. Dragon Dance says I'm disappointed at all the tough guys going after the dad for giving the ball back to the Karen. He did his job and kept his kids safe from conflict. I guess we should probably talk about that topic too. Again, so much has happened. In terms of like, look, man, I mean, nothing is more internet than that right there. I mean, the bottom line is I'm not going to roast the dad for that situation. His reaction was a little kind of weird, but look, the bottom line is he wanted to get a crazy woman away from his child. That was his instinct was, I want this crazy woman away from my kid. That's essentially what the base of it was, you know? So the internet's going to be the internet. You know, everybody's going to sit there and go, oh, if I was there, I would have, of course, that's what the fucking internet does. The bottom line is, I would not have reacted the way he reacted, but that doesn't change the fact that at the core, the dude said, I want this crazy bitch away from my kid. So he got this crazy bitch away from his kid. Simple as that. If he would have done anything else, he probably would have been arrested. That's the bottom line. He probably would have been arrested if he would have done anything other than what he did. Because you're dealing with a crazy, lunatic, unhinged woman. And if anything escalates beyond where it escalated, that dude's probably going to go to fucking jail. I know everybody on the internet wants to pretend that they're big, bad, and tough and all this shit. But the bottom line is the dude got a crazy bitch away from his kid. And that's it. So, you know, it is what it is. The big story right now is what everybody's focusing on at the moment, and rightfully so. And that's what happened in North Carolina. And it's getting worse and worse and worse. And now you've got the mainstream media talking about it, trying to, but they're not talking about it in a way that is favorable. They're basically taking shots at MAGA for it. So I want to get into all of that. And the more I see about it, like the more horrific the story gets. And I do think people are getting radicalized by this story, as they should. They should absolutely be radicalized, especially when you have a clown like this. This is the dude that wants to be the mayor of New York City, and this is what he's saying.
The jail population of Rikers has increased since Eric Adams has come into office by more than 1,000 additional incarcerated New Yorkers. And what is quite staggering to me is that we know that we can reduce that jail population to less than 4,000. I mean, Vital City had an article about a number of different proposals that could reduce it to 3,700. And some of this also just has to look at the average stay on Rikers in the 90s was 50 days. Now it's more than 100. There are more than 1,500 people on Rikers who have been held there for more than a year. So I do think many of the reforms that have to be made are also reforms around the court system and ensuring that people are actually having speedy.
This is insanity. This is insane. How about protecting the fucking citizens? How about make that your priority? No. We want to protect criminals. We want to get criminals out of prison. What in the hell is happening? Good Lord, man. And the fact that he's saying this while we have this viral story going on from North Carolina is truly incredible. So right here, Axios. Well, first, I guess before we get into that, because I'm sure there might be some people that don't know about this story. So I guess we'll talk about the story overall, because it has gotten an insane amount of traction over the weekend, and rightfully so. The fact is though, mainstream media not talking about it at all. And it's unbelievably disgusting. And it frustrates me beyond belief. So let me find this video. And it's interesting how the mainstream media, they had no problem replaying the George Floyd video over and over and over and over and over and over. They had no problem. But yet this one, they edit things out because they think it's too terrible for you to see. It's too terrible for you to see, ladies and gentlemen. That's a big problem for the media. Oh, you guys can almost see this violent attack, but we're not going to show all of it to you. Why? Well, we know exactly why. You know exactly why they don't want you to see it. And you could say like, oh, well, it's just so graphic that, we don't want to, put that. And that kind of is a fair argument if the media wasn't so corrupt. The problem is the media is that corrupt. So here's the story right here. And listen, it's not an easy thing to watch. It's truly horrific to watch, but the mainstream media doesn't want to talk about it. So you have this 23-year-old young woman who reportedly, got away from it. She was in Ukraine. She got out of Ukraine because of the war. She came to America to get away from that. And unfortunately, she's no longer with us now because a career criminal decided to murder her because of the color of her skin. Because this is the definition of racism right here. Let's watch.
It's 9:46 p.m. You'll notice right away, this looks like any other ride aboard the light rail. People are doing what they do these days, keeping to themselves, scrolling on their phones as they ride along. The man accused in the killing, DeCarlos Brown, is in the red hoodies on the right side of your screen. He appears to be maybe a little emotional, perhaps a little agitated, but nothing disruptive. There's nothing that gets anyone's attention. About 30 seconds later, Irina Zarutska boards. She's wearing a hat and a t-shirt from a pizzeria, and she sits in the row in front of Brown.
Now, I tweeted out something, and listen, I mean no disrespect by what I said, but I'm just being as honest as I possibly can with my tweet, because obviously I hate that this has happened, but simply put, if she was racist, she'd be alive today. Make profiling great again. Now, I'm just going to be honest with you. I would never have sat down in that situation at all. I would have never turned my back to this person. I am overly aware of my surroundings. Maybe I learned that from Batman Begins. Always mind your surroundings. But everywhere I go, I try to make sure that I am not in a situation that I can't if I can't control it, at least I can get out of it. For instance, I was on a road trip a few weeks ago, and I was driving through the wonderful, wonderful city of Tallahassee, Florida, a city that I hate with every bone in my fucking body. And I knew, I was like, fuck, I'm hungry. I don't want to stop in Tallahassee. I ended up stopping at 5 different fucking places. Now, you would ask, why did you stop at 5 different places? Well, because every time I walked in there, I realized I shouldn't be here. I'm not welcome here, and I don't want to be here. I don't want the type of people I'm seeing to be handling my food. So I leave and go to another one, and guess what? Here's another one. Oh, there's another one. Finally, I ended up in an establishment that it didn't feel like I was going to get murdered. Always mind your surroundings.
She has earbuds in and is looking at her phone. She too is just minding her own business. They ride along for around 4 minutes with nothing unusual happening. Then around 9:50 p.m., Brown reaches into a pocket. We've zoomed in on it here. He pulls out a pocket knife. No one notices a thing. Seconds later, he would stand up and from behind, unprovoked, as we...
Dude, this is terrifying. Like, this is fucking insane. Look how quickly this shit happens. This is demonic. This is evil.
Unusual happening. Then around 9:50 p.m., Brown reaches into a pocket. We've zoomed in on it here. He pulls out a pocket knife. No one notices a thing. Seconds later, he would stand up and from behind, unprovoked, as we stopped the video, he would stab the young woman several times. She had no chance to defend herself. The attack was over in seconds, and when it was over, Brown walked through the train attempting to get off. Few passengers, if any, at first realized what had happened.
And see, this is where I'm really confused about all of this. How did none of these passengers understand what was going on? Like, and maybe whenever he stabbed her, it killed her so quickly that she didn't even make a noise. Like, I don't understand. Maybe everyone had headphones on. I don't know, but that was very puzzled by that.
Until they noticed drops of blood on the floor. 90 seconds after the attack, a bystander rushes down to begin lending aid to Zarutska. She would die from her injuries. 30 seconds later, 9:52 p.m., 6 minutes into the video, Brown leaves the light rail.
The video here shows us just how quickly things happened and how difficult it would have been to prevent once he got on.
Lady Aaron D says, no, I heard she was screaming through blood gurgles. Gosh, fucking awful.
The train. And that is an important part to all of this. From what we've been told, Brown never should have been on the train. Authorities tell WBTV he did not buy a ticket. Kat says it is working on ways to keep fare skippers off.
Well, hold on just a minute. Now, you got to understand something, okay? You say that he didn't have a ticket, but I'm sure they had a sign up that said, if you don't have a ticket, you can't board. Just like when they put signs up with says, no guns, the criminals are going to follow the rules, right? So, you know, like they had a sign up. So, like, it's not the criminal's fault, right? I mean, awful. Beautiful young woman murdered by a career criminal that should have never been on the streets to begin with. And I stand by what I said, that if she was racist, she'd be alive today. And that's the sad reality. Now you have Axios finally covering the story after it's gone mega viral. Mega viral. The gruesome video of a fatal knife attack on a light rail car in Charlotte is drawing attention from MAGA influencers seeking to elevate the issue of violent urban crimes and accuse mainstream media of undercovering the shocking cases. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Oh my God. Let me show you this right here. 0 AP stories, 0 PBS stories, 0 New York Times stories, 0 New York NPR, Wall Street Journal, BBC, CNN, Washington Post, Reuters, MSNBC. 0 fucking stories. None. Why no stories? Because it goes against the narrative, because the media is not there to give you any truth. In fact, the AP had 74 1,000 articles on St. George Floyd, 0 articles on this young lady. 0. Disgusting in every way possible. You don't hate the media enough. Goodness gracious, man. This is totally unwinnable story for them, talking about the media. If you're a left-wing spin doctor, this basically is the worst case scenario. Completely savage, unprovoked murder with 0 room for debate, all on video. Obviously, a thuggish black perp with a bunch of prior convictions, led off by judges who don't believe in prison or black crime. Attractive girl slaughtered because she didn't know the secret unspoken rules about who not to sit by. Victim literally is a Ukrainian refugee who managed to escape a war only to be killed using basic American public transit. This is the story of the fucking decade, and the mainstream media is ignoring it because it puts into perspective everything that's wrong with this fucking country and Democrats. Every fucking thing. And it gets worse. Oh, it gets much worse. Wikipedia is trying to delete the article from their platform. They're trying to delete it. I responded and I said, this is why I support President Trump. Whether I have disagreements with him or not is irrelevant. He's the symbol to stand against this disgusting bullshit. This is one of the biggest stories we have seen in a fucking long time. And yes, Evan, all of the Ukraine flag bios are silent. They're not talking about it at all. Unreal, dude. And then, like, I had some of the dumbest people in the world, like, responding to me when I sent this tweet out. So, like, this guy responds to my tweet right here, and he's like, if you say so, dork. I mean, if you go to the guy's profile, it's real easy to see who this guy is retweeting. But it's like radio silence from Trump on both of these cases. So I'll respond, okay, here's Trump right here.
You've seen this video multiple times on a Charlotte subway. You've seen this video, and do you have any reaction to it?
Yeah, and where was it? The subway was where?
She was in Charlotte on a light train. She stabbed multiple times by a
Horrible. No, I haven't heard. Okay. When did this happen?
It happened in August, but the video just came
Oh,
out.
I see. Yeah, I see the video. I'll know all about it by tomorrow morning. Okay, thank you.
You have plans?
And then you've got people saying Trump knew about this already. And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Do you think, like, do we not understand that Donald Trump is the single most important human being in the world who's constantly working, constantly doing shit? And you got a bunch of fucking retards on Twitter going, Trump knew about this. He was just avoiding it because he doesn't want to. It's like, oh my God, what fucking planet do you motherfuckers live in, dude? Like, what are you talking about? It's absolutely insane. And of course, Trump did address it today again. I'll have to see if I can find that particular. Is this one it? Let's see. Right here. Trump addressed it today.
I've made clear Attorney General Pam Bondi is working really hard that we must get answers about the causes of these repeated attacks, and we're working very, very hard on that. The Trump administration will have no tolerance for terrorism or political violence, and that includes hate crimes against Christians, Jews, or anybody else. We're not going to allow it. And there was also a horrible killing recently in Charlotte, where I talked about, and so many others, and we're going to get to the end of it. And, you know, when you have horrible killings, you have to take horrible actions. And the actions that we take are nothing. This cashless bail started a wave in our country where a killer kills somebody and is out on the street by the afternoon. in many cases going out and killing again, cashless bail, and
It's awful. It's awful. And so you got these clowns who are like, Trump's not even going to address it. It's like, well, if you want to talk about one of Trump's flaws, one of Trump's biggest flaws, in my opinion, and I do believe this is one of his biggest flaws, he watches the mainstream media. He watches a lot of mainstream media. And if a story is not getting major traction on mainstream media, he's usually not aware of it unless someone in his administration tells him about it. And that's just the truth of it. Like, these people think because Trump actually posts a lot on True Social, they think he's just sitting on Twitter all day scrolling on his fucking phone. He's not. That's not what Trump does. Trump is not just sitting around shit posting. He's literally he sees something on mainstream media and then he fucking he yells it out and somebody else is typing up the tweet for him. That's how he tweets. They're like, Trump's just avoiding this. It's like, oh my God, dude. It's just a horrible story, man. It really, really is. This young woman should have never, ever been in this situation in a proper country. Yet, unfortunately, this is a Democratic run America. And I know Republicans are in power now, but so many of these Democratic judges are in power right now. And you may think that all of these pictures are a different person, but no, that's the same guy who was arrested. I believe he was arrested 14 fucking times. 14 times this guy was arrested. Insane. Red Mage for $100. Thank you, Red Mage. Did you ever watch the movie Unhinged with Russell Crowe? There's a scene where he outright kills a guy in the diner. People with phones out. No one tries to stop him. Messed up, but could see that happening because everyone's too scared to intervene. Feels like this is similar. That's a good point. And listen, we all remember the Daniel Penny situation. Like, what are you supposed to do? Thank you so much, Red Mage. There's actually a tweet in reference to that if I can find it. I bookmarked so much over the weekend. And it's referencing that thing right there where it's like, what are you supposed to do? If you ignore and mind your own business, you end up getting murdered. If you intervene, you end up getting thrown in jail. What the fuck are you supposed to do? Truly, truly crazy times we are living in right now. And Daniel Penny's a hero, by the way, for the record. Just absolutely for the record. Clear that up. I wish I could find that tweet. Yeah, right here. I think this is it. Oh, no, that's not it. That's not it. Yeah, it's been a wild weekend with so many different topics. Is this it right here? Yep, here it is. Here we go. Mind your own business and you might get stabbed to death. Defend yourself and you might face 15 years in prison for manslaughter. Quote, why are conservatives so scared of American cities? That's it. That right there puts it into perspective. So, like, it's not that I questioned, like I understand why people don't want to get involved in anything because we've all seen what happens with the Daniel Penny thing. But it was weird that, like, nobody reacted, it didn't seem like, to this situation. But we don't have the full picture or audio of what happened when this young lady was murdered. But yeah, Democrat policies, that's why. 100%. That's always it, too. Gosh. And then you have, let me see if I can find it. Think I replied to it. Let me look and see. Yeah, right here. Here's the mayor addressing this, the mayor of Charlotte. And do you know what the mayor of Charlotte doesn't say? You know exactly what the mayor of Charlotte doesn't address. So I say, Interesting how you couldn't just say violent racist attack where a black man attacked and murdered a white woman simply because of the color of her skin. Interesting how she didn't address that. But we all know what would happen if the roles were reversed. We know exactly what would happen. Ugh, fucking pisses me off, dude. Let me catch up here. Got that one. Didn't I? Yep, got that one. Gerald Armstrong says, so the lesson is learned, be a Karen because you will always win. I don't know about that, but I know that like when you are a parent, so the bottom line is here. This is going back to the baseball Karen. What people on the internet typically don't understand, and this just I'm gonna have to bottom line this. People on the internet see a viral video, and people on the internet are always about like, how can I make this about me? The bottom line is that dad at that ball game had one focus in mind: to get a crazy bitch away from his kid. He's not there fighting your battles. He's not there to send a signal or, send a message for you. He's there to get a fucking crazy bitch away from his kid. That's what his focus was. That's what happens when you're a parent. When you're a parent, you care about getting crazy motherfuckers away from your kids. That was his sole focus. That's it. But we will talk about that story too. I did want to wrap up this. I wanted to wrap up this story first, though. I truly believe that this should be one of the biggest stories in the last decade right here. And because of all of the optics involved, and this is why the mainstream is ignoring this in every possible way. Because they can't spin it. There's no way to spin it. Zero way to spin this. And that's why they won't cover it. Stay calm, don't escalate, but be an example for your children. She was attacking his knife. Yeah, that's how the media will. You know what the media will do? And it's crazy to say this. The media will probably run some type of story saying that she was typing something racist on her phone and that's what triggered him and that's what justifies it. They'll be like, there are rumors that she was typing the N-word and he saw it and he just got really emotional because of racism. That's what the media will fucking do. She might have said the N-word. She may have typed the N-word. That's what could have triggered him. Ugh. Sad but true. Sad but true, man. Good Lord. Ryan Miller says these sanctuary cities by Democrats need to be held accountable, and their hypocrisy is being exposed on claiming that they love and support Ukraine. Yep. Companion Cube says JD Vance pissed off a lot of people. I love it. Just saying fuck the cartels, essentially. He ratios the gay Bryan Cranston. I saw that. It was beautiful. MAGA Cracka Mike says, I seen post going around showing the victim with a BLM sign on her wall. Even if the picture is fake, suicidal empathy is real, and these women are putting themselves in very dangerous situations. Yep. Eric John Pizza Artist says, my whole adult life, I will always sit in the back row or the corner of a restaurant. I need to be able to see everything and everyone, especially when I'm going to be distracted. That's me, man. That's like in a movie. Like when I go to the movies, I try to always sit at the back because I don't like people behind me. Blast Radio says, DNC is responsible for the crime in big cities in both blue and red states. Democrats must lose soundly in these midterms so they'll finally get the message. Right, the guy says, so do we get to go light stuff on fire and loot Foot Lockers? Isn't that how it works? I mean, listen, I'm not saying like I'm just playing by the Democrat rules, but because a a white girl got murdered savagely by a black person and it's clear racism, can I go and loot G.I. Joes and stuff from like the store now? Can I go do that? I'd like to go loot some G.I. Joes in the name of racism. So I'm just going to go steal a bunch of G.I. Joes and I'm going to say it's because of racism. White people are getting killed and I need to steal G.I. Joes. That's how it works, right? Accident Seller says he handed the ball to Karen literally and figuratively. We're going to talk about that. Jim P says Leotard hates America. Jim P says leftards hate America. I was wondering what you were saying there. Companion Cube says these judges and people who release them should be fired. Agreed. Not fired. Prosecuted. Eric John Pizza Artist says Daniel Penny effect. No one wants to get involved. MAGA Kraka Mike says, and all of a sudden there was no how do you say it? Slav Ukraine. Philip Poole says how anyone is liberal at this point blows my mind. It's for emotionally broken people. That's what it is. Darth Burney says the Ukrainian girl was as helpless as the Dolphins were yesterday. Fuck, that's brutal, bro. That's brutal. Accident Seller says no cashless bail. How about no bail whatsoever? Companion Cube says sounded like this guy needed free housing, not prison, right? Gerald Armstrong says this is going to radicalize a lot of people. Ministry of Wrong Think says she was literally a refugee from Blockbuster 2. Zinni Biscuit says Virginia and New Jersey vote for governor this November. If you're there, be there. If you're from there, be there. Peter says Trump watching mainstream media is a plus, in my opinion. He knows them better than anyone and can call them on their BS more efficiently than he did if he didn't watch it all. That's fair. That's fair. I just wish that Trump would tune into, you know, some podcast or something like that so he could understand a little bit more is what's going on. But he has people that do that and then inform him of things. So yeah, I get it. Let's see. Accident Seller says, I did 90 days, no fap. Why hasn't Trump addressed it yet? Unseen Dimensions says, not many people have the physical ability to intervene. Jim says, Jeremy, she is so beautiful, and now she's dead. Sad. It's awful, man. Ministry of Wrong Thing says, has anyone noticed a PSYOP push to conflate FBI informant with an actual FBI agent? Anyone who willingly talks to the FBI is an informant. Yeah, that whole thing. So Mike Johnson, Speaker Johnson, like he made a comment that Trump was an FBI informant or something like that. And I guess he's backtracked on that. I don't, it's a very weird story. I don't really understand what that whole story was about. There's been so much going on that I haven't looked into that one as much as I wanted to. But yeah, it was a really weird, story. Also right here, of all the terrible things in this tragedy, one detail really stands out to me as a labor commissioner. This young woman was murdered on her way home from work. If you look closely, she's wearing her work uniform, a t-shirt and hat from a pizza restaurant. She came to this country for a better life and took a job in the service industry to support herself. At the end of the Friday night shift, she sat down tired and on a train and tried to relax by scrolling on her phone. Something mindless most of us do each day. Then a monster crept up behind her and took her life. This madness must end. Man, that's just tough to even think about, man. What a horrible, horrible, horrible story. Mind your surroundings at all times. Profile people, not just non-white people. Profile fucking white people too. I profile every fucking body. If you are a shady looking motherfucker, I'm staying away from you. I'm keeping my eye on you. Now, there's some demographics that I tend to profile more than others, but I don't discriminate when I'm profiling. I just don't. I see Harley Dave in my chat right now. I'm profiling him. Why did I mention Harley Dave? Because he might send me a big super chat. I don't know. That's called profiling in a positive way. You know? He might send me a super chat. So I profile him in a positive way. Uh, Commodore Pet says, yep, I profile as well. Damn it. Harley says, now I'm not gonna. Fuck. Hey, real quick, while we're, and I'm not going to interrupt the flow of the conversation we're having, but, and I don't do this very often, but I'm going to ask everybody to, if you are, we're live on Rumble. We've got 164 people watching us on Rumble. We've got almost 3,000 on YouTube. We are almost on the Geeks and Gamers account on Rumble. We are less than 200 followers from 100,000 followers. If you guys could follow the Geeks and Gamers Rumble account, I would greatly appreciate it. We are almost at 100,000 followers. That is crazy. No contract, no special treatment from Rumble. And we're almost at 100,000 followers. That's pretty fucking awesome. So, if you guys are over there, I just pinned it in the comments. If you can, I would love if we could hit to 100,000 before this is over. So keep an eye on that, mods, and let me know if we actually do get it. But that's freaking cool right there. So, especially like I said, I did recently. They reached out to me and they talked to me and they acknowledged my criticisms of them because I have criticized them a lot, and they appreciated it. And I said, listen, man. I mean, I was blunt as hell. I was very blunt with them about things. I'm like, you know, I never went over there for a fucking contract. I never went over there for a deal. I went over there because I believe in the fucking platform. But all I see is you bringing people over that don't actually care about it. And they'll show up as long as you give them a contract. You know what I mean? So, holy shit. Kyle for $300 and says, I'll take it from here, Harley. Holy crap. I think a proper $2.99 requires a celebration. Oh my goodness. I think that requires a celebration. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Harley says extra jiggles. Well, Kyle, thank you so much. And because of your generosity, we now celebrate with Sydney Sweeney in the house. Everybody's happy about that. Everybody likes it when Sydney Sweeney shows up. It's a party, and everybody's invited.
Should I do it?
Do not come.
I'm gonna do it.
Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Oh. Thank you, Kyle. $300 freaking dollars, man. Woo! That's amazing. Thank you. Insane. I don't deserve it, but I greatly do appreciate it. Let's see. Remios is for the positive profile fund. Hey, I like profiling people. Listen, man, there's nothing wrong with profiling with people. That's just the bottom line. Back in my day when I worked retail, we profiled people constantly. And you didn't have to worry about this, you know, fake offended bullshit. Bottom line is, if a undesirable walked in the store, immediately we were profiling. We're like, yo, keep an eye on this dude. Every time. Yo, one just walked in, keep an eye on him. Every time. Profiling matters. Okay? But also having good friends that you can make, you know, offensive jokes with. Like, for instance, you know, Kata made a meme. Kata made this meme. The blacks are taking over Geeks and Gamers. Epic Mike standing there. Kata, you know, choking me out. So I responded. Now, some people will understand my response and some people won't. But my response, I think it's very self-explanatory. So here's my response. There's my response right there. If you know, you know. I'll just leave it at that. All right. So that was my response to Kata. So if you know, you know. Oh man. I see Rumble chats liking that one too. Great, one of the best movies ever. American History X is one of the best movies ever. So, Eric John says a pic of her online with the BLM poster on her wall. So, is this true? Like, is this I have not seen this picture. So, the Ukrainian girl. This is the second time I've seen somebody say this. Is this 100% legit or not? Maximus VT says, where my breeds at? Radio Face says, love you, ladies, but the 19th Amendment was a mistake. Your emotionally philanthropy has gotten us to this place. Luckily, we're not in the UK. Yep. Let's see. I haven't even seen the picture that is being discussed, so I don't know for sure if it's even real. So Valiant Renegade made a tweet about it. All right, let me go to Valiant real quick. Valiant Renegade. Okay. Looking for it. I don't see a tweet unless was it? No, I don't. Somebody tagged me and I don't see anything on Valiant Renegade's Twitter account. So I'm scrolling to see. Nothing so far. Yeah, you guys just tag me in it if anybody's got anything. UK is having many problems. Yeah, they are. They really are. I'm not even completely caught up on it. It's so bad. Is this it right here? Dude, I swear. The way that Twitter listens to what I'm saying is fucking terrifying because it just showed up on my For You tab now. The murdered Ukrainian girl had a Black Lives Matter poster hanging on her bedroom door. Let's open a new tab. Yeah, I don't know if it's real. I have no idea. If that's the case, I mean, it doesn't justify what happened clearly, but it just kind of puts into perspective of like how bad it was. I mean, it's about how bad that narrative was. So I don't know if that's true. So maybe she thought it was a band. Oof. Yeah, I don't know if it's real though. I have no idea. So Greedy Graffiti over on Rumble says, here's an improper 199 plus an extra penny tip. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. East Coast Toasted Boy says sanctuary cities equals harboring domestic terrorists. Nikita says we white people would loot New Balance stores. I mean, actually, okay. I probably overstepped a little bit. So I'm going to dial it back. So I get that I would probably not, I don't think that I could justify looting G.I. Joes because of what happened to the Ukrainian girl, the white Ukrainian girl. But if they're going to go to like Nike stores, can I go to the Crocs store? Can I loot a Crocs store? I don't, Florida man looting a Crocs store in the name of racism? I like that idea. I'm okay with that. Okay, I can work with that. I can 100% work with that. Anthony says the Ukrainian girl had a BLM sign in her room. Photos on X. The irony. Yeah, so we just saw that one. So loot Bass Pro Shops, bro. If I could start looting Bass Pro Shops, I will start voting Democrat. So I can just keep doing it. Like that's deal I'm willing to take right there. If I can loot Bass Pro Shops, I'm going blue. I'm with her. I'm putting a pink pussy hat on. If I can loot a Bass Pro Shop, you got my vote, Democrats. All right. I'm a simple man. You give me Bass Pro Shops, I'm convinced. So Ram Tax. Jared, I went back and watched your Trump Biden debate stream, and I recommend people go back to that epic historical event from time to time. Well, I appreciate that. Man. We've had some banger streams over the last couple of years on this channel. So that's awesome. MAGA Cracker Mike says, by the way, as a lifelong Buckeye, I just want to say how incredibly proud I am of JD Vance. The Cranston wines may never recover. It was pretty brutal what he did. Vi says, ask Wild Bill why you always sit with your back to the wall. Oh, wait. Slain Hope says, why is the DA who let him walk 14 times not behind bars? Fair question. MAGA Cracker Mike says, I fully support Trump and Pete Hegseth sending the National Guard and anyone they need into order to end this woke liberal crime disease. MAGA. Agreed. Again, Kyle with the $300 super chat. Freaking crazy, dude. Thank you so much. Good Lord, that's amazing. Indy Ice says, speaking of people on the internet making it about themselves, not Jeremy shamelessly plugging. Just kidding. Love you, bro. Hey, thank you, Indy. I appreciate it, man. Eric K says, Jeremy, stop the Asian hate. Not everyone likes egg roll. MAGA Cracker Mike says, also screw Rand Paul. Big time screw Rand Paul. Drew Barr says, shameful this happened right down the street from my house. God bless this young lady, and always be aware of your surroundings. Always. Ball 95 says, deportation for 7 months and store still full of what are those emojis? I can't even see them. India says, correction, heartless strangers. Commodore Fan says, we need girls jumping on trampolines and old men gulping beers like the OG Man Show before it went suckage. Piano Dean says, anytime there's a questionable media coverage of almost anything, ask what if the races or the political parties were reversed. I hate the media. I hate the media too, but none of us hate the media enough, unfortunately. Steelstorm says, Rampage Mike watching. Let's see. Kata go to work on Jer. Ministry of Volunteer says, has Zelensky made a comment on it? You would think they would, right? Since we're criticizing Trump about it, even though he did. Zelensky doesn't give a shit. Commodore Fan says, I feel Skechers are the generic white boy shoes for now. And as someone on their feet all day at work, I'm guilty as charged. They are comfy AF. Demi Morse Tapeworm says, I live in Commie, Cali, Jeremy. Look up AB495. Gavin Newsom is allowing anyone to take your child out to school, even private and homeschool. Please, people of Cali, oppose this AB 495 is legal kidnapping. Noted. 8 o'clock says lure Bass Pro Shop, but they sell shotguns, Jeremy, with ammo. Laughing H for $100. I saw your sparring videos over on Discord, by the way, brother. Stop everybody. Stopping. Hang on. Probably means stop by. Everybody have a blessed day. I'm not seeing a lot of things online, and it's kind of making me depressed. Kind of makes me more black-pilled, realizing I'll probably never find somebody or be able to own a home. Besides that, hope the stream's going well. Well, first of all, brother, thank you for that. And I did see your sparring videos over on our the Geeks and Gamers Discord, and we have a Snake Pit CobraCast section in there. So that's good shit, brother. Look, online can like destroy people's mentality. It really can, but you can't lose hope. You can't. Life is all about setbacks, but if you keep pressing forward, good things will happen. You have to put yourself in a position, though. I mean, every day I'm always thinking about like things that I can do to continue to grow Geeks and Gamers and things like that. I get discouraged all the time. I know it might not seem like it, but I'm always discouraged, man. I'm always second guessing myself. I'm always stressing out over making this decision. Is this the right thing? Should I do this? Should we, do that? No matter where you're at in life, you're always stressing out, man. But you just got to keep moving forward, putting one foot in front of the other, never stopping, and never stop putting yourself in those positions strategically, for sure. But VJ the Vigilant says start 10 grifter channels like Jeremy. But yeah, being online too much can have a massive detrimental impact on your mental health. It truly can. Eric John Pizza Artist says, what do you guys like on your pizza? Future events may depend on it. Pepperoni. That's it. I'm a pepperoni guy. Pepperoni and cheese. And then I'll put some like oregano on it. I mean, I like, bacon and sausage as well, but like I'm a pepperoni guy. Pepperoni. And if you say pineapple, you're banned from the chat. Okay. Like I'll ban Gary right now. If Gary shows up in my chat and says pineapple, I'm ordering the mods to ban him. We don't deal with that type of bullshit around here. Okay. Greedy Graffiti says merch store ideas, CobraCast logo, pink pussy hat, launch them on April 1st. Lol. We got Steelstorm says BLM poster seems like it would be a psyop to try and get the right to turn against this tragedy when we couldn't ask for better democratic kryptonite. You are correct. That's a good way to look at it. And this is where, you always have to be thinking about like, where is this coming from? Again, it could be real. Honestly, it doesn't matter if it's real though. It really doesn't matter, but this is a good point right here. It could be real, but I'm just telling you guys right now, it doesn't matter if she had a BLM sign or not. I mean, I don't know what the demographics are in Ukraine. I'm pretty sure that it's not like Chicago or Tallahassee, Florida. So I don't think that they have the same concept of how this thing works anyway. But that's a good point right there. 1992 Space Movie says, I can finally super chat again. Now I can say that you're looking mighty cute in that CobraCast hoodie. Fuck. You know what? Tree Bear put this shit up the other day, and it was so good. I got to show you guys. Look at this from Tree Bear. HomoCast. A real American homo. Shit is amazing. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck you, Gary. We got to ban him. We got to ban Gary. Look at this shit. This may be the one time my mods won't listen to me. I doubt any of them will actually ban Gary for me. I don't think they will do it. I don't think they will do it. They're too scared. He's too powerful. Oh, shit. Lady RD says, I will not ban Nerdrotic. The fact that Gary was here to fucking respond, like I had no idea if he'd be here. Gary, like you guys don't understand this. A lot of you like creators, whether you have a big following or a small following, there's no bullshit. If Gary's not live, there's a good chance Gary is watching you. Like he's everywhere. He watches a lot of different YouTubers. He watches a lot of you guys that are in the chat. He watches a lot of smaller creators. He's always watching. So keep that in mind. Gary could be watching your YouTube content, and he probably is. Even people that don't have very many subs at all, Gary checks stuff out. That's no bullshit. It's crazy. Laughing H says, thanks, brother. It's been rough seeing everything online. Been sick as well, so that probably doesn't help. But I'm going to get back to it and get back to martial arts gym this Wednesday for 2 hours. God bless you guys. Hey, God bless you too, brother. Right back at you. Look at that. Jessica says, no, I won't ban Gary even for $500. Fuck it. I'll ban that motherfucker for $500. I'll ban him right now. I don't give a fuck. $500? Thank you, Laughing H. I appreciate it, brother. Let's see. Balt 95 says deportation, 7 months, no lack of vegetables. Troy New says a quitter never wins and a winner never quits. Crawl every inch if you have to, not one step back. Thank you. Appreciate that, Troy News. Isaac says CobraCast helps keep me sane. I thought you said keep. I thought you were going to say CobraCast helps keep me insane. God bless the 199. Thank you, Isaac. Your tweets help keep me sane. All right. But I mean, my default is to say like CobraCast helps keep me insane. That's just the default. So thank you, brother. Isaac has awesome tweets though. Omar says pineapple pizza and black coffee. Fight me, Fig. Oh my gosh. Here's the thing, man. I've noticed this with like the whole pineapple and pizza thing. Like it used to be, and I'm going to maybe there is something to Gary being a cult leader. Maybe there is something to Gary being a cult leader, because I have noticed a significant shift in the pineapple on pizza discussion when Gary didn't have as many followers. The pineapple on pizza discussion was like 90-10, and it was like 10% for it, 90 against it. As Gary has grown on YouTube and he's become this mega star, the pineapple on pizza discussion has shifted significantly due to Gary's influence. Maybe he is a fucking cult leader after all. Interesting. John Kinney says, how would you feel towards Sydney Sweeney if she put pineapple on her pizza? Oh, and BVS better than Interstellar. Sydney Sweeney can do whatever she wants. I'll eat pineapple on pizza for Sydney Sweeney. So, I mean, yeah, I won't have a problem with that. Slain Hope says, if the right went out and protested this, it would force the left to counter protest and openly side with the killer. Why are we wasting this opportunity? It's a good point. SJ says, pineapple is a safe word, not a topping. Andrew CR says, Gary is, let's see, Electric Eye from Judas Priest. Incidentally, very gay too. Look at that. Thieves Guild Game says, what happened to the Geeks Gamers Tabletop channel? I was a Savage, the Savage Worlds GM Scott. Let's revive it. Hashtag call me. Shoot me an email. Let's talk. Shoot me an email. Let's talk. Andrew Sierra says, pineapple and pizza LFG. God, see there, the Gary influence has gotten terrible around here. Random commentator says, hadn't she just moved to the USA? Had she had time to go out and buy that much wall art, even if the photo is real, might it be the roommate's poster? Maybe, but like I said, like let's pull that picture back up if I can find it. So, okay, if this is a real picture, I don't think it matters. Number one, it could be a roommate. It could be something else. I don't know if this is her. I don't know if this is in America. I don't know if this is in Ukraine. I have no idea, but I'm emphasizing that it doesn't matter. She did not deserve to be murdered, period. She just didn't. So if the photo is real, I don't care. It doesn't matter. What happened to her was unforgivable in every way, and we should never lose sight of that. Walter A. just said it perfectly in the chat, and I agree with what he said. Hang on. Why are we suddenly focusing on this? She was murdered. That is the point right there. So my official response to this is it doesn't matter what the fuck is on her wall. She was murdered because she's white. Period. End of discussion. That's the story, and that's what we should be focusing on. Nothing else. It doesn't matter if it's real. It doesn't make a difference. It changes absolutely nothing about the story. Zero. Let me pull this up. So everybody's wanting to talk about baseball Karen. So let me pull this baseball Karen story up really quick, because that's that story dominated. And like I said, man, there's a lot of different ways that you can approach this story. I know a lot of people are roasting the dad, and I think the dad looked kind of weak for sure, but I get it, man. Like, he just handled the situation to the best of his ability to get a crazy person away from his kid. Would I have handled it that way? No. But I understand why he handled it the way he did. So it is what it is. It's not that big of a deal as far as I'm concerned, but the internet's gone crazy over it. What the best part is the memes that have come from it, because the memes are absolutely fantastic. But I've got to pull this one up really quickly. Good Lord, there's so many memes about this dumb bitch. I'm looking at some of them right now. So there was like false reports about, her and who she worked for, things like that. But I think that some of that turned out to not be true. So I don't even know. Like there was so much, like, I hate using the word misinformation because the word misinformation has just been used in such a weird way. But this was last week. I don't remember exactly what day this was on, but right here is what started this whole discussion. This was at a Phillies game. You had a home run ball that was hit up into the stands, and this happened. Okay, so a lot to go over there. A lot to go over and a lot to break down with this story. First and foremost, a lot of people have focused on the dad's reaction, okay? And I get that. Like, but the bottom line is and it was cringe to see how he just kind of popped up and was like, I was like, "Oh my God, man." But at the end of the day, his sole focus was to get this crazy bitch away from his kid. So I support that. Now, some of the memes that we have seen from this are truly amazing. And one of my favorites is this one right here. My God, the memes have been glorious. So, Gary, are you still here? I'm sure you've seen this one, Gary. This meme, this is one of the greatest memes ever created in the history of the world. If Gary's here, I'm sure he's seen it already. My Lord. Bro, it's so good. Like, that is the most amazing meme I've ever seen. One more time. Oh my God. You don't get much better than that. The internet is absolutely undefeated, man. Like, holy shit. All right. Then we got this one, Elizabeth Warren. I even saw that there were some reports that like, I think a media outlet accidentally used the Elizabeth Warren picture when they were describing her. You got this one right here. So apparently the Phillies were made aware of what happened, and they gave the kid a bat and signed bat, and then people edited this in right here. The internet never ever loses. I don't care what anybody says. You got this one right here. Now, I don't know. I heard that there was rumors that she's like in teaching or something like that. I don't know, man. There were so many fake stories about this woman. People were accusing the wrong person of being this woman. So I don't know ultimately what came from this story. I have no idea. Right here, it's a uniform. And I agree. We are the only person they left out of this was the Cracker Barrel CEO. The Cracker Barrel CEO has the same exact look. And so yeah, everybody's been, I mean, the memes are just the greatest things ever though. But again, let's get back to it. At the end of the day, I would have not handled it the same way that the father did. I would not have. I'm not giving this dumb bitch the ball or anything like that. But I understand, like, I just want to get you the fuck away from my kid because you're crazy as hell. Like, that's the bottom line. And I understand that mentality of it. Like, he had a singular focus. He had tunnel vision in that scenario. And his tunnel vision was, there's a crazy woman over here yelling at me and my kid. I just want this crazy person away from me. I do get that completely. Again, I would not have done the things. I wouldn't have reacted the way he reacted. But the bottom line is, the dad loved his kid. You saw him. He walked over there. He handed his kid the ball. He hugged his kid. He was happy. And then some crazy Karen just walks up and starts screaming at him. He got caught off guard. He looked really stupid in that moment. And yeah, he probably should have told her to go fuck herself, but I understand why he didn't. So I get it. I get it, man. So I'm not here to roast that guy. I am 100% going to roast this crazy bitch for sure. And the bottom line is she has been made a fool of because of this. She has made a fool of herself. And the dad has gotten roasted too pretty hard on the internet. But she has truly been, she will be in internet meme history forever now. She will be in internet meme history forever. He was startled. Yeah, I mean, look, man, you're at a fucking baseball game. The last thing you think is going to happen is some crazy old lady Karen's going to be yelling at you while you're hugging your son. You know what I mean? It's weird, man. It's a really weird scenario. But yeah, there was a ton of opinions and people that were discussing this and you know, like what could have happened or what should have happened or how it should have been handled and all of that. And it's like, okay, I get it. You know, everybody's got an opinion on this, but I personally, you know, I saw a father that loved his son. That's what I saw. And then I saw someone that probably overreacted, you know, probably not in the best way, but, you know, whatever, man. So, so that's that. That's the story. And who, you know, it's more of a meme story than anything. But at the same time, yes, this is a big problem with these crazy Karens that run around screaming and screeching and thinking they can get everything they want. And you can make the argument that if this guy stood his ground, then, you know, at the end of the day, she won by this, by getting what she wanted, by acting like an idiot. And I get that too. But not everything is about the greater fight. Sometimes it's just about the moment. And in that moment, I just saw a father that wanted to get this crazy bitch away from his kid. That's it. Another story that is awesome. And apparently Don Lemon is walking the streets talking to people. And this happened right here. This is glorious.
How you doing, sir? Can we talk to you? Where are you from? You live in New York?
Who are you?
Don Lemon.
You're a fucking moron, dude.
Thank you. So are you.
Yeah, oh, that's very nice of you to say.
Nice to say.
Except you've never heard anything I've had to say, and I've heard a whole bunch of what you.
I'm glad you watched me.
No, I don't.
Why?
But you just get clipped everywhere.
I know, but why don't you? You said you don't watch me, but yet you know who I am, and I get clipped.
Before I realized that CNN and MSNBC were full of shit, every once in a while I'd.
What do you watch?
Talking. I watch all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, but why do you say CNN and MSNBC are full of shit?
Because they lie.
But about what? Be
Everything.
specific. What's everything?
Everything.
How you doing, sir?
How you doing, sir? Hey, I'm Don Lemon. Oh, you're a fucking idiot. Yes. We are back. This is it right here. I love it. Don Lemon thinks people like him. Nobody likes you, Don Lemon. Nobody cares about you. Everybody hates you. Everybody despises you. The real world hates you. What's everything? There's another clip of Don Lemon talking to someone. What the hell is this? Hang on. Is this another story? Oh no, bro. We have another story. Former Auburn professor. We have another story. Hang on. Here we go.
Auburn police have made an arrest in the death of former Auburn professor Dr. Julie Shinelli. This update coming just about 5 minutes ago in a press release. Auburn police say they have arrested Harold Rashad Dabney III from Montgomery and have charged him with 2 counts of capital murder in connection to the death of Dr. Shinelli at Kiesel Park. Police say they received a call about a suspicious person on around 8:45 a.m. on Sunday morning on Beehive Road. And Auburn police say through contact with Dabney, they have made the observation and through further investigation have labeled Dabney the suspect in the homicide involving Dr. Shinelli. Now, according to Lee County Coroner Daniel Sexton, Shinelli's wounds appear to be consistent with sharp force trauma, meaning caused by a knife or other sharp objects. And also, Auburn police say that the Shinelli's red Ford F-150 that was taken from Kiesel Park on Saturday was found along Lee Road 177 or Wire Road in Auburn. And Auburn police have taken that truck. And it was found abandoned again on Wire Road in Auburn on Sunday afternoon. Now, Kiesel Park.
Where was this? This was in Auburn, Alabama.
Is still closed and remains a crime scene with crime scene tape still up at the gate. And Auburn police say it will remain closed through the weekend. I've spoken to several people here in Auburn along Wire Road, along Chadwick Lane, where Kiesel Park is. And everyone is saying the same thing, that it's very sad. And it comes as a shock to hear that it was so close to their homes on Chadwick Lane and also happening in Auburn. I spoke to several people that were at Auburn Vet School, where Dr. Shinelli was a professor until 2021. And they say that she was a very highly regarded professor. And they were extremely sad to hear about this tragedy at Kiesel Park. But Auburn police say that this is all the information they have right now. But if any new information is released by Auburn police, we'll be sure to keep you updated on air and online at WTVM.com. Connection to the
he mentioned that he's from Montgomery, and I lived in Montgomery, Alabama. So it's weird because when I was growing up, when I was very, very young, living in Alabama, I remember we would travel to Montgomery. And when I was very young, like Montgomery was actually like, it was amazing. You know, they had a Toys R Us there. There was multiple malls there. Is it Highway? Somebody in the area, somebody in the chat is probably familiar with it, but I feel like, is that Highway 231 or 431? I can't remember. That leads right into Montgomery. I feel like it's 231, but I might be wrong. Highway 231 leads right into Montgomery, Alabama. And there used to be a mall there, and it was awesome. 231, am I right? Okay, yeah, 231. So it used to lead into a mall, and right there it was, nice stores, nice area, all of that. Later on in life, after I've grown up, because this is back when I was a kid, so later on in life when I grew up and I lived there, dude, it was like, that area, it was like the plague had ran through it, and it just, everything was destroyed. The mall was shut down because multiple rapes had happened in the mall, drugs, violence, crime, and it was like spreading through Montgomery, Alabama. And there was a clear kind of like cutoff of like the area in town where you saw that it had stopped, but it was slowly starting to continue to move further into the area. And I believe now, and I haven't been there in a long time, but I believe that the other mall in Montgomery is now shut down, if I'm not mistaken. Someone can correct me on that. I had my car broken into. I had, when I lived in Montgomery, and it was weird because, I don't really know. I can't remember the specifics, but I had just went to go cash my paycheck. I pull up to my job, and my job, it was an old Sam's Club building. It was like a liquidation warehouse that I was the manager of, and I'd had like all of my cash in my wallet because I was going to go pay bills or something like that. I can't remember. And I think I had like basketball shorts on, so I didn't have any pockets or something like that. I don't remember. But all I know is I left my wallet in my truck. And I pull up and I'm just going to run in to get something. And I go in and I could see like out the window, I could see my truck. I see a car pull up. He busts my window out, steals my wallet, takes all my money. And of course, this is all my fault for even leaving my wallet in an area like this. And it was the worst feeling in the world. So he had my ID, he had my social security number, he had all my cash. Like literally, I was broke. I was broke as fuck. Like I was all the money I had to my name at that point in time. I don't know how long ago this was, but definitely one of those lessons in life, because again, everything you go through in life, there's no such thing as failures. There's no such thing as mistakes as long as you learn from these mistakes. If you learn from mistakes, they're not mistakes. They're learning opportunities. And that was one of the key lessons in life is like, never think you're okay. Never think it's okay to leave something unattended for even a fucking second. Never. Never let your guard down. Never, ever do it. Ever. So it was a learning opportunity. And so why is your social security? Well, your social security, I carried my social security card with me. So, but yeah, ultimately, Montgomery, Alabama is a shithole. I haven't been there in a long time. I didn't see if someone had I think the second mall in Montgomery closed down as well. I didn't see if anybody confirmed that one for me, but I'm pretty sure it did. Let's see here. G&G Daily intro should be a learning opportunity. Tango 300, that might be the comment of the fucking day. Oh my God. This is amazing right here. I saw someone comment on Daily the other day and they were like, this is the greatest intro on YouTube, hands down. And I'm like, that is fucking so sarcastic of you guys. Like, I know that's sarcasm. So, oh, fuck. I love you guys so much with the memes. Let's see here. Holy shit. All right, we got some super chats to get to. Legalize adulthood with a proper 199. Israeli Defense Force Unit 199 checking in with more shekels for your Mossad operation. Dave Rubin called. He said he always liked it when his dad handed him round things. He said he's not a fan of Karen demanding to hold his round things either. MAGA, baby. I love, like, people are always looking forward to the Dave Rubin called jokes. Always. And legalize adulthood with 20 gifted memberships. Thank you. Appreciate that. Legalize adulthood in the house. David Phillips says, Jeremy, I think we need a damn. Let me see if I can find it. Here it is.
It's gonna crawl again.
Damn!
It's gonna crawl again.
Damn!
Boom. There it is, David Phillips. Appreciate you. Johnny the WizKid for 20 says, you get jailed for playing vigilante. What are we supposed to do? You ask. You intervene anyway. You'll be punished for it, but at least you saved a life. Stop living in fear and do the right thing. We are way too soft on crime. Well said, Johnny the WizKid. Well said, brother. Maga Cracker Mike says, FNT and Nerdrotic is how I found all of you, and it's hard to find like-minded retards. MAGA. Thank you, brother. Your Barmy says, Gary, get Indonesia money and largest producer of pineapple. Nick for 10 says, the Pineapple on Pizza gang push their ideology as much as the Alphabet Mafia. I know that's going to hurt feelings, but prove me wrong, lol. General Dually says, I came up with a real American something in locals. I helped Tree Bear come up with the meme, LFG, stupid YouTube. Oh, okay. I think I know what you're trying to say, but YouTube wouldn't let you see it. Okay. Dude, the locals chat has been insane lately. It really has, with the memes and stuff like that. Kevin Cross says, I will order Hawaiian pizza tonight because of Jeremy. Look at that. I'm helping. Slane Hope says, white lives matter. MAGA Mike says, my point about BLM sign is that if it's real, it isn't that she deserved it, but that these liberals are virtue signaling themselves into dangerous scenarios. Suicidal empathy has destroyed these cities. I agree with you. I agree with you. The horror host for 10 says, off topic, but as someone who follows Channel Awesome, follows Channel Awesome, like people follow DSP, what the fuck is Angry Joe's obsession with responding to you? So the only thing I can figure out is, according to Joe, I'm the only person that he follows that is a Trump supporter. So his only, he thinks that Trump supporters are terrible people. And he had a positive interaction with me, which made him freak out because he's like, I thought MAGA people were all evil white supremacists. Remember, he's a fucking weirdo. So I'm the only person that he follows that is a vocal Trump supporter. So it's his outlet to go after me every time I talk about Trump, is to just go. And then every time he comments, all of his fucking, leftist friends from the gaming sphere, they pile on. And it's just, it is what it is, man. I've tried to be nice to Joe. I've never said anything mean to him. We've talked in DMs. We've had Discord calls, and he'll talk to me differently in private than he does publicly because he's not allowed to treat me like a normal human being publicly because I'm a Trump supporter. And so that's how his mind works. It's really fucking weird. So, but I never respond to him. I never respond to his tweets or anything like that. Slain Hope says, I know why, because the left owns the streets. Lying Dogface Pony Soldier with a gifted membership, and also says, I canceled cable to defund Comcast. The cable money goes to the channels like this. Hail the 199. Thank you, Lying Dogface. I appreciate that, brother. Lord Botha says, I know you're not an international guy, but France's government has collapsed. Macron may be forced to resign after 4 no confidence votes. I did see that being discussed on Twitter, so I was looking into it. MAGA Mike says, I bet the Stadium Karen has a BLM sign, rocks a rainbow flag, and hate has no home here sign on the front door. You know it. Emerald Eyes says that Auburn professor was one of my sis-in-law's favorite instructors at the vet school. It's one thing to hear about this stuff in Chirac or something, but Auburn is a nice town, so it's a shock. It is. I mean, I hate Auburn football, but Auburn's a really nice area. Scroats McGoat says, fun fact, the murder of the Ukrainian girl on the tram is barely registering with Democrat voters in Charlotte's primary tomorrow. President Balls for 5 says nothing. Cole Hauser said, tagged you with Karen stealing the matrix of leadership. Not mine, though. Glad that you're enjoying the G.I. Joe memes. Help Ann Jeanette with the Joes to pick. Hey, I'm loving that. I'm loving the Joe memes. Absolutely. MAGA Mike says, Mr. Clean out here cleaning Don Lemon off the effing street. MAGA Mike says, Trump needs to send in the boys. Fuck the left. Vault 95 says, saw some heartless strangers and crossed the street. Ryan Miller says, this is becoming a pattern, and this is Barack Obama's legacy playing out right now, and he single-handedly damaged race relations in the world. I agree completely. MAGA Mike says 12 to 20 million illegal immigrants and no cash bail have nearly destroyed this country. Trump knows he needs to save it, and I fully support him. X Wang 5 says, telling us to stop super chatting on Tuesday night's main event, mistake. Cole Hauser says, Jeremy, booked for MegaCon. Can't wait. I sent you a funny DM with a guy running for office, breakdancing. Praise Ara. I'll check it out. Memorable viruses. This story and everything surrounding it has made me more mad than anything else recently. She deserved better from the U.S. Agreed. Chester Wolf the Griffin says, I ride the Metro network every day to work in Philadelphia, so it's aggravating to see people looking down on their phones with their headphones in. Yep. I mean, I use, do I have my headphone here? Here we go. These are the headphones I use because they don't actually go in your ear. They're the shocks or whatever. So these are the headphones that I use, and it actually just sets over your ear like this. well, I got to take this fucker out, but it sets over my ear where I still hear everything around me. So even when I have my headphones in, I can hear my headphones, but I can hear things around me. Because I don't like headphones directly in my ears when I am out and about. Like, yeah, when I'm at home or if I'm on a stream, that's one thing. But having headphones in my ear to make me not be able to hear what's going on around me is terrifying to me. So I did use those for a while, but I'm like, look, man, I don't know. I need to hear. So they allow you to hear what you're listening to, but also hear what's going on around you. It sounds like a fucking ad read. I'm not sponsored from these fucks. They've never given me a dime, so it's not a fucking ad read, but it does work. Give me some money. They're called, you know what? I'm going to tell you the name, even though I don't get paid by them, but they're called Shocks. Right there. That's what they're called. And they're really good. They're really good. They work very well. And yeah, it actually gives you the ability to hear what's around you. So I like them a lot. Okay, next story that is on this. There's a lot. Actually, I haven't even refreshed. The problem is I haven't refreshed Twitter in like 20 minutes. So the world could have ended by now. Oh my goodness. John freaking Murdoch just dropped a $500 super chat and basically says nothing. My one and only super chat today, YouTube rules. Holy shit. We're rolling the Ripper. We're rolling the Ripper clip. We're rolling it.
And this is how much it was. $500 donation! You know what he says? Nothing. Drops $500 on the table. Looks over at everybody at the poker table. Dropped it on there. Moonwalked right out of the saloon, double doors. Didn't say anything. Spurs on his boots. Couple holstered handguns. Cowboy hat. Thick mustache. Dropped the money on the table, looked at everybody square in their eye, and just moonwalked right out of the saloon, double doors. Didn't say shit. Didn't say anything. There's no message there. He didn't say jack shit. And you have to be a cocky son of a bitch. First and foremost, that's not cheap. You got to be a cocky son of a bitch to drop $500 and just bounce the fuck out of there and don't say nothing. I respect that.
I respect that too. Thank you, John. Oh my gosh. $500 and says nothing. John, always supporting. Insane. Thank you, brother. Unbelievable. Really quick, because we got to shift gears here for a minute, because President Trump has an official statement now on Truth Social. I have seen the horrific video of the beautiful young Ukrainian refugee who came to America to escape the vicious war in Ukraine and was innocently riding the metro in Charlotte, North Carolina, where she was brutally ambushed by a mentally deranged lunatic. The perpetrator was a well-known career criminal who had been previously arrested and released on cashless bail in January, a total of 14 times. What the hell was he doing riding the train and walking the streets? Criminals like this need to be locked up. The blood of this innocent woman can literally be seen dripping on the killer's knife. And now her blood is on the hands of the Democrats who refuse to put bad people in jail. Fuck yes. All you motherfuckers saying Trump didn't have anything to say about this, fuck off. I am so sick of these fucking Trump haters making shit up. I'm sick of it. And he says, additionally, where is the outrage from the mainstream media on this horrible tragedy? Vote Michael Whatley for United States Senate. He won't let this happen again. And we're getting now, because of you, because of all of you on Twitter, because of all of you on YouTube, because of all of you on Rumble, the media is now having to address it. Little Brian Stelter, President Trump forces CNN to cover the murder. I don't know how you say her name. With Brian Stelter making angry reactions and how the story trickled up from social media to Trump, the main focus.
Really, over the weekend, Elon Musk, Charlie Kirk, other Trump-aligned figures succeeded in making this senseless death a symbol of big city crime. We heard President Trump asked about it yesterday when he was heading home from New York City. He didn't seem to know much about it. He said he would get briefed. And then today, Trump did know all about it. That's exactly what has happened here. This story has trickled up from local news to social media and now to the president's attention. And it's being used, as you said, Brianna, as a political symbol, with MAGA media calling for more forceful punishments and more incarceration. I have to say, some of the replies to Musk, some of the comments around this story are baldly racist, stoking fear of African Americans because this man attacked a white woman. The open racism on sites like X today, it's eye-popping. But there are also legitimate questions about this so-called career criminal, someone who had been a repeat offender. And those questions, I hope they're not lost amid all of the cesspool kind of comments on social media.
You do not hate these motherfuckers enough. You just don't. And because little Brian Stelter's there, it's time to play an old but gold meme of Brian Stelter.
On Friday, I was about to go get dinner for my kids when Donald Trump Jr. attacked me in his speech at CPAC. Something about me looking like a gender-neutral potato head.
One more time.
On Friday, I was about to go get dinner for my kids when Donald Trump Jr. attacked me in his speech at CPAC. Something about me looking like a gender-neutral potato head.
You do look like a gender-neutral potato head, Brian Stelter, you piece of shit. So now, because of Trump getting involved, now the media is having to finally talk about this story. And look, man, I mean, I saw somebody in the chat. I wish I would have called it. One of my haters is in the chat whining about Trump. He basically was like, why didn't Trump talk about this when it happened? You stupid fuck. He was asked about it yesterday, and he said he was not aware of it. He said today he would be more informed, and he has been more informed, and he's addressing it. Good Lord, these people are stupid. How are people this stupid? Unreal. So I'm glad Trump is addressing it and forcing the media to have to talk about it. And the more that, let's see. Here's my retarded fucking hater. Where's he at? D-Day Code. This is the one. The incident happened in August. I know, you stupid fuck. And it's September. The fuck is wrong with you? We've been talking about it for several days now. Like, so because it happened in August, we're not supposed to talk about it? Good Lord, man. Jesus. People are retarded. Especially people with TDS. Hey guys, you can't talk about this. It happened literally last month. You're not allowed to talk about it. Good Lord, man. But anyway, I'm glad that the media is finally forced to talk about it, and they will look bad and through the process. So, let's see. Garcia just responded again. Hang on. No, you unintelligent person. The incident happened in August, and he had all this time to say something. Jesus Christ. Like, you can't be this stupid. Like, you have to be pretending to be as stupid as you are. Like, you have to be pretending. Literally yesterday, Trump was asked about it, and he did not know about it, you dumb fuck.
Multiple times on a Charlotte subway. You seen this video and do you have any reaction to it?
Yeah, and where was the subway? Was where?
She was in Charlotte on a light train. She was stabbed multiple times by a
Horrible. No, I haven't heard. When did this happen?
It happened in August, but the video just came out.
I see. Yeah, I see the video. I'll know all about it by tomorrow morning.
Jesus Christ, people are just, and this was me responding to someone posting this as radio silence from Trump in both cases. Like, not really, but okay. And I love how you call the guy that created a company called Geeks and Gamers a dork. Like, that's going to hurt my feelings. What up, Drunk 3PO? Drunk 3PO's in the chat. Hail Drunk 3PO. Oh boy, stupid people. Again, for those, I don't know how many people are watching on Rumble now. Most of you probably already follow Geeks and Gamers on Rumble, but if you are not following us on Rumble, please follow the Geeks and Gamers account, because we are less than 200 followers from 100,000 over there, and I'm particularly proud of that because we've never gotten a contract from Rumble. We've never gotten anything from them, and yet we're about to pass 100,000 followers over there. So I really do appreciate it. And I don't plug this a lot, but like I really want to hit that mark. Just as a heads up, I do have a follow-up call with them tomorrow, and I would really like to hit that number. Just to say, how do you like them apples? So we'll see if we can hit that mark before tomorrow. That would be super fucking cool. Lady Aaron D says, click the linked pin to follow on Rumble. And drop the link in the Rumble chat. Oh, look at that. Cam-Man's already done it. So there you go. But I don't know. Let me refresh and see if anything changed. Yeah, see, the refresh is weird because it doesn't really show. Like, so let's see. All right, we're still at 99.8. So, Mandy F says just sub. Thank you. I appreciate that. Where we at? Ministry of Wrong Things says there it is. There's the divide and conquer strategy. MAGA crack up Mike says, send in the boys. Little Jim Salo says, senseless death. She should be here now alive. 100%. Matt Frog says, they think being racist is worse than getting stabbed in the neck. Evil. Sad but true. The small village's last loaf of bread says the president doesn't know literally everything going on in the country. Sometimes he has to be informed first. Yeah, I mean, again, you're talking to people that are, and again, I say this as someone that is constantly online as well. I'm always online. I'm always looking. Oh, we're at 99.9 on your end? Oh, shit. It's not refreshed for me. Let's see. Oh, yep. We are now less than 100 followers from 100,000 on Rumble. That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, this discussion is not going away, and it's not going away because people are fed up with this bullshit. Anyone got a Discord link? Yes, I'm sure the mods can drop a Discord link as well. Make an account, it's free. Well, listen, I'm not encouraging anybody to make an account necessarily. We'll see if Rumble wants to, we'll see if Rumble wants to show some love. I've done enough promoting of Rumble, but if you're on Rumble already, I would appreciate it so we could get that to 100K. Because, like I said, I had a great call with them. I was very blunt. And, I was like, hey, man, the difference between us and everybody else is that you ain't got to pay us to be there. You don't have to pay us. We've been there because I believe in it. When they give Dr. Disrespect like this big fucking contract and he's supposed to be the head of gaming over there. What's Doc done to be the head of gaming on Rumble? Not a damn thing. MAGA Cracker Mike for 10 says the best thing you can do is make an X account and fight against this shit. This is the only town square, or this is the town square now. Even if you react to things only for a minute or two, you're helping MAGA. I agree completely. I agree completely. Move back to YouTube. Yeah. As soon as he got remonetized on YouTube, Doc jumped the fuck back. He's like, oh shit. He acted like he won the Super Bowl when he got remonetized on YouTube. Shit was funny as hell. Blast Radio says, you think with all the virtue signaling among leftists about Ukraine, they would say something about the train murder. They are as quiet as a church mouse, aren't they? Yes, they are. Jake Stanley says, anyone can walk in here, bro. Zero says, Dawn 3PO protection. Steelstorm says, I don't know how to tell people this, but the leader of the free world isn't a 24/7 terminally online loser. He's freaking busy. I know. We are. I am, but he's not. MAGA Mike says, Jay thought my name was funny on G&G because he's a bigot that hates white people. Jeremy, please look into this guy. Oh, man. Over on Rumble, Johnny Witzkid says, you want to talk about what's so graphical to see? Over a month ago, I saw on Twitter a Russian soldier get blown up in half by a drone while on a mini buggy. I could see the insides. Can you stomach that? I mean, I don't want to see it, but Bronson says, let's see. Black and brown folks victimize their own. I know. I lived there. It wasn't white folks doing it. My buddy's cousin shot in the back of the project. Some wild shit, bro. Hail the 199. Let's see. D War says, pineapple on pizza is fantastic. Are you one of those people who doesn't have any sense of taste? Is mayo too spicy for you? I love mayo, but I do not like pineapple on pizza because it's un-fucking American. And I'm just telling you, it's un-American. Keely says 199. What's up, Keely? LDU. Appreciate you being here. Oh, look at that. From the official White House Twitter account, Trump has tweeted out now from the official White House Twitter account. He's pissed. Trump is not happy about this one. And this is the thing. He clearly was not aware. And now he is, and he's pissed. And he should be. He should be fired up, and he is. And I'm happy to see this. Hell yeah. Let me see here. He saw the unedited version. I bet he did. Everybody, you got Caroline Levette's tweeting out about it now. So, I mean, everybody in the Trump administration is covering this. And I'm glad. If you missed it earlier, I'll play it one more time. Actually, do I have the YouTube footage? Is this it? Okay, so right here. If you missed it, I talked about this earlier on, but Trump went off on the media right here, and it's glorious.
That's fake news.
Well, why
I
would
don't
the
go to
Department of
war.
Defense?
Listen, be quiet. Listen. You don't listen. You never listen. That's why you're second rate. We're not going to war. We're going to clean up our cities. We're going to clean them up so they don't kill 5 people every weekend. That's not war. That's common sense.
I like this music. Oh. Let me see if it plays this time.
Some of these women, they're so stupid, and
some of these women, they're so stupid. I think do we have that one?
Shut up, silly woman.
But yeah, so I love that he goes off on the fake news like that and destroys them. They deserve it. They don't deserve any respect whatsoever. They deserve to be mocked and shamed and ridiculed constantly, and disrespected over and over and over again. Let's see. Wait, what is this? Democrats, House Oversight Democrats released the letter they claim President Trump wrote to Jeffrey Epstein on his 50th birthday. I can't read that. I can't read it. This is what Democrats are claiming? What? There's no way. There's like, oh God, man. So meanwhile, you've got criminals, black criminals, destroying livelihood, murdering people, but the Democrats are releasing some bullshit like that. Good God, man. Looks like something made on Paint Shop for Windows 98. Jesus. Yeah, I don't know. I'll look further into that one, but yeah, I don't really understand that. I don't know what their angle is there. Okay, right there. Oh, what is this? Trump's authenticated signature in 93 and the signature from the fake letter. Oh, so they're using his current signature because they're so stupid. Oh my God. That's amazing. Wow. Democrats are so fucking retarded. Wow. Oh my goodness. Amazing. That puts Democrats, that just puts it into perspective right there. That is absolutely awesome. Yep. Once again, another fail. Once again, they get exposed being the pieces of garbage that they are. Absolutely amazing. Fantastic Stock says Biden goes missing for days, sometimes weeks. Media will say he's resting and on a deserved holiday. Trump away for a few days. Media loses it every time. Let's see. Pre-Dawn Corp says, Jeremy, did you hear about RTU, aka Dickers? He ate them eyes, according to the Kino Boys. Can you play the clip? I can send it to you. Hilarious. I don't even know. Is that RTU? Is that Review Tech? I don't pay attention to Review Tech at all. If that's who RTU is, I don't even know. Is RTU Review Tech? Is that okay? Yeah, I have no idea. I'm completely like, a lot of people I'm friends with are caught up into the Review Tech stuff. I don't pay attention to Review Tech USA at all. I used to watch him a long time ago, but I don't understand any of the lore or any of that that's going on with him now. Southeastern Kaiju says, wait, you think pizza originated in America? You're damn right it did. I see somebody in Alec Baldwin's finger says, who the fuck is RTU?
Who the fuck is Alec Baldwin's finger?
Yes. Yeah, but pizza originated here. You're damn right. Fuck those Italians. Let's see. Jake Stanley says pizza originated in Canada. Enough said. Accident Seller says pineapple on pizza is American. It's Hawaiian, you fucks. Eric Heffelfinger says judges who let repeat violent offenders out should be charged with aiding and abetting murder next time that person deletes. Agreed. Chris has just quit. Maga Mike says, look up the reporter you'll recognize her. Oh, I know who it is. The one you about Trump was talking to. I know exactly who she is. Maga Mike says, Trump looks like a Temu Trump signature. Not buying it. Me either. Not at all. Matt Frog says, Trump talking about it will force the media to talk about it. Wish he'd mentioned the trend of who's attacking everyone. This needs to be confronted. Maga Mike says, Democrats lose to basic questions and common sense. Ben Johnson says, if the signature on that letter said Bill Clinton instead of Trump, you guys would consider it proof that Clinton was guilty. I bet my life this is real. Would you bet your life is fake? I bet that I can make super chats off of you, Ben Johnson, being fucking retarded. How about that? All right. And the fact that you're willing to bet your life on something that the Democrats release shows how retarded you are. Also, don't you have a game to coach tonight for the Chicago Bears? And why the fuck are you here if you hate Trump? I've never understood this. Ben Johnson says you didn't answer the question. Ben, I don't have to answer the question. I'm just going to make money off of you. Because the fact is you want me to answer the question. Therefore, I'm not giving you an answer. You can go fuck yourself. Yeah, why are you paying me? Oh, well, he got a big contract from the Bears, so he's got the money. So, yeah, I mean, look, I mean, right here. I mean, I've got the proof right here in front of us. But Ben TDS Johnson is very, very unhappy. He gave me money. I know. It's awesome. Listen, man, it's the best job in the world. People that hate Trump and hate me willing to give me money. It's amazing. The best job in the world. Usage says, bro, didn't the original report say the female drawn was curvaceous and the image had nipples? Seem to remember that being reported. That is kind of how it was reported, I believe. Fantastic Knox says, Ben Johnson, they used Trump's current signature. Jake Stanley says, pineapple on pizza originated in California. You fucking California. Is it California? Okay, California. I didn't know that. Well, is that when they make California Pizza Kitchen? That makes sense because they have California Pizza Kitchen. So pizza originated in California. So that makes a lot of sense. I see where you're. So I never understood why they had California Pizza Kitchen. Now I understand. Okay, that's cool. I get it now. All right. David Phillips says, hey, Ben, what do you think of your rectum as a hole? David Phillips. See, Ben, I'm already making more money from you, buddy. All right. Arrakis Central says, Jeremy, an Auburn professor was murdered as well, similar to the bus attack at Auburn. Yeah, I covered it. I covered it like 30 minutes ago. So Lying Dog Face Pony Soldier with a gift to membership. Cole Adler says, Serpentor invented pizza. G.I. Joe, Ira, Yearbook 3. See? Was he in California when he did it? California Pizza Kitchen. X-Wang says, BJ is handing out BJ's out back because he's gay. Oh, man. I see you in the chat. Listen, we don't acknowledge Canada around here. All right? Why the fuck would I acknowledge Canada? They didn't even make Bret Hart prime minister. Why the fuck would I give them any credit for anything? You don't acknowledge Canada until they give Bret Hart prime minister, okay? You want me to take you seriously, Canada? Make Bret the Hitman Hart prime minister, then we'll talk. President Ball says, I hate Jeremy more than Ben does. Slane Note says, the Dems have declared war on whites and Christians. Doug Dig says, ever play G.I. Joe game on Atari 2600 199 for life? I don't think I have, actually. I definitely have the 2 Nintendo games. I love the 2 NES games. The first G.I. Joe game on Nintendo, the NES, goes for a lot. But I don't know if I played the one on 2600. I'm not sure I'm aware of that one. Blue Eyed Scorpio says, I hate Ben more than I hate you. Vault 95 says, people who like Trump and tolerate you also give you money. Here, have some. Look at there. Respect that. Vault 95 says, your haters give you more money than I do. Cole Halder says, because I'm here, Jeremy. Praise Allah. Marmella says, Jeremy, stop tongue punching Trump's fart box for a minute to realize that Ben is a you know what? Well, I know that. I know that. I mean, we all kind of know that. It was pretty obvious. Are we close to, let's see. All right, we're less than 100 followers from 100,000 on Rumble. Can we get there, Rumble chat? How many of you in the Rumble chat? 268 of you. Are there 100 of you that has not followed Geeks and Gamers? Are there 100 of you out there? I know there is. There's got to be. Marmillan says, I'm shocked I could send that. I am too. I am too. What the fuck is Rumble? Rumble is a alternative to YouTube where you can say the N-word. Oh, man. I mean, that's the best way I can describe it. So probably doesn't help them with the advertising, but that's basically what it is. So Ministry of Wrong Thing says sold. That comment right there will probably get us the number. That'll probably help us hit 100K right there. So the chat over on Rumble is like, heck yeah, it is. I'm not gonna say it over there. I'm not gonna say anything on Rumble that I don't say on YouTube. Same with locals, you know. Jeremy, what did you think of Drewski's white face prank? I mean, I personally have no problem with it in isolation. My problem is that you can't do the opposite, and that's my issue. It's the double standard. But in isolation, I don't have a problem with somebody doing white faces comedy. I think that's funny as shit. I think racist jokes are the best jokes. And I think anybody with common sense agrees with me on that. You know, does anybody disagree with that? So just subbed to Rumble Fig Master. Well, thank you. Just followed and it says 100. It's at 100 cases green. Really? I'm still not getting it. Let's see. Go to the home screen. Let's go check in again. Nope, I'm still not getting 100K yet. Zioni says Dems hijacked the whole Epstein situation. I don't care. Agreed. That's exactly where I'm at with it too. Jeeping Baylor says, can you invite Mudkips as a special guest on Tuesday night's main event? See, that's what we missed with Mario Kart last week. I know, and listen, the Among Us stream went really good, but man, that whole rant from Epic Mike was pretty great. Matt Frog says Rumble is Halo 3 Modern Warfare Xbox 360 voice chat. The chat on Rumble's pretty crazy. Some of you are saying you're seeing 100K, but I'm not. So, and collectively, do you know how many followers we have collectively? We have almost 250,000 collectively, Geeks and Gamers totally. Like, that's crazy. Like, look at this. If you go, and this is what pisses me off, why, look at this. Okay, so Geeks and Gamers Play has 49,000, almost 50,000 followers. Sports Wars has 61,000 followers. Geeks and Gamers Clips has 28,000 followers. And we never got a deal from them. Pretty interesting, huh? Fish Tits Yeah, some of you were saying it's got 100K, but a lot of you, it's only, you know, bot follower says Deathu. Some for sure. Rumble has terrible UI. I agree. Philip Chan is in the chat. Egg roll is in the house. Mario Kart tonight. Not tonight, but I am doing another CobraCast tonight. I am going to do another CobraCast tonight. Green says your app says 100K. Let me see what my app says. Yeah, my app still says 99.9. So, following. Yeah, mine still says 99.9. Stephen Brown says, I see 100K. My PC says 99.9. A lot of people are saying 99.9, but a few people have. Well, here's the thing. If you go, so here's the thing that's weird about Rumble, okay? Because there's a couple of different ones. There's the network, like there's the overall network one or whatever. So like right here, you can't follow this one. This one is not the one. You got to follow the main one that we have the link to. There's like, yeah, so you got to follow that one. It's weird. Jeremy, try turning it off and turning it back on again. Oh, Jay just sent it to me on Jay's app. I guess it is 100K. So, all right. Fuck, did we make it? We got to celebrate. Come on, Rumble, fucking work. It went down to 99.8 now. I got it, Jay. I just saw the picture you sent me. So Jay sent me a picture. So we'll give it a minute. We'll see what happens. But I want to see if there's anything else going on Twitter really quick. So Jay just sent me his screenshot. Everybody's talking about this. All right. The Wall Street Journal claimed that Trump had his signature representing pubic hair. This signature is literally at the bottom of the page, not even close to the crotch. They also claimed the picture was a lewd drawing. There are department store mannequins more lewd than this. This is fan fiction, absolutely absurd. This is crazy. This is not legit. I'm sorry. If you believe this, you're retarded. So this is crazy. Brian Stewart says live chat for locals. Tell Mike Mudkips says hi. Yeah, this is a disaster. I can't believe that they think that people are going to buy this. This is what in the hell, dude? Democrats are so insane. Oh shit. Just had something show. It says, here we go. Now, President Trump now says he did not sign or write the alleged Epstein note, according to the White House. So Trump has addressed it, and he has said that that is not his course. I mean, of course he didn't. We're not retarded. Like, we know he didn't. But this is what the left constantly does. All right, let's see if there's any more updates. Oh, yeah, I mean, they're going to go crazy with this. Let's see here. Yeah, the Democrats are kind of going crazy on this one. Is this the same thing I reacted to earlier? There are evil people that need to be able to handle that. These people are evil. We have to be able to handle that. If we don't handle that, we don't have a country.
People, we're all people of religion, but there are evil who are truly, there are evil people. We're all people of religion, but there are evil people, and we have to confront that. I just give my love and hope to the family of the young woman who was stabbed this morning or last night in Charlotte. by a madman, a lunatic, just got up and started. It's right on the tape. Not really watchable because it's so horrible, but just viciously stabbed. She's just sitting there. So they're evil people. We have to be able to handle that. If we don't handle that, we don't have a country. And I created the first who are truly, there are evil people.
No, he still doesn't know if it was last, but he's aware of it. Again, he was just made aware of it last night. So yeah, he just doesn't understand the time frame, which makes sense. So Speaker Johnson is now tweeting out about it. An innocent young woman was brutally murdered in cold blood in Charlotte by a black man with 14 prior arrests. Listen, if the media is going to play the game of identity politics, then play the fucking game back. I grew up in the 80s and the 90s. We didn't have to worry about the way that they are doing this shit. But if this is the fucking game that they want to play, then play the fucking game back. An innocent young white woman was brutally murdered in cold blood by a black man in Charlotte with 14 prior arrests. If that's the game they want to fucking play, then let's fucking play it. Simple as that. All right. And ladies and gentlemen, it is now official. We did it. We did it. We did it. 100,000 followers. And I'm about to tweet some shit out. Now I'm tagging Rumble and every fucking thing. I'm going to be like, you motherfuckers. Hang on. Okay. Oh, yeah. And I'm going to be like, you didn't give us a contract. You didn't give us shit. But that's okay, because we're here. I got to sign in really quick to get the analytics. Thank you guys so much, the people that followed. Really do appreciate it. We don't deserve all of your support, but thank you so much. All right, so I'm going to have to block that out probably. So we have a total of 246,000 followers. That's crazy. We just hit 100K on no deals, just the 199 showing up and supporting. All right. We just hit 100K on Rumble Video. No deals, no special treatment, just a 199 showing up and supporting us because we believe in the platform. There. That'll be it right there. All right. Bam. Tweeting it out now. Call out Dr. Disrespect directly. I mean, I've done my bitching about him enough. Mr. I'm here for Rumble because I'm getting paid by Rumble. So, Carrie says, Jerry, my son got me into your YouTube. Well, Carrie, I apologize, but thank you for being here. But no, seriously, that's awesome. I appreciate it. So thank you for hanging out with us over here. And I apologize in advance for anything. So right here, boom, we just hit 100K on Rumble. No deals, no special treatment, just a 199 showing up and supporting us because we believe in the platform. Boom. Let's fucking go. That is amazing though. That's cool as shit. So thank you guys so much. Really do appreciate it. MAGA Mike says the reason they manufactured this dumbass letter that nobody cares about is because JD Vance dunked on one of their top propagandists. They are terrified of the popularity of JD and the fact that MAGA is going nowhere. 199. I agree. What they did to the Kranzenstein or whatever that guy is was freaking hilarious. Brian Stewart says live chat for locals. Oh yeah, I got you talking about like during CobraCast? We could probably work on that. Jake Stanley says I only join Rumble for your election coverage. Doomy says I was playing Fortnite as a Black Power Ranger. My friend was King Kong, and I said I didn't know the Black Power Ranger take his own. Oh shit. I love these jokes. They're the best. Malice O'Connor says, Hail Snake Pit 199. Jeremy is a dolphin lover. Haters of MAGA can go fuck themselves. To everyone of reason, much love to you all. Not one step back. Thank you. Ministry of Wrong Think for 10 says that drawing is just as legit as we have the names. Who is Trump hiding? We're making the list though. Yeah, we could have already done that before, but we're in danger now, so we're doing it now on camera. Zioni says, remember, Massey said he's going to say the name. Slain Hope says she was killed by evil people because every Dem who supports crime might as well have held the knife themselves. Dems are as guilty as the murderers are. X Wang says, BJ wears a support bra. Over on Rumble, knee high spy. I had to say that one. I just didn't know. But for 20, says MAGA, video of black guy viciously murdering white girl. Mainstream media released a Trump signed Epstein letter. Thanks, Jeremy, for all you do. YouTube won't let me send this. Fuck YouTube. Well, thank you. I appreciate it, man. And I appreciate the support over on Rumble as well. Okay, so we're going to end this now. Probably going to go live later again. Plus, we do have a local stream. We're covering Monday Night Football. But I will do another CobraCast. There's way too much stuff to talk about. And even the stuff over the weekend, there was way too much. So another stream will happen tonight. Okay. SBT says no need to contact Dr. Disrespect because we already have Fear the Disrespect. Can't wait for tomorrow. My main event's going to be a wild one. So thank you for liking the video. Thank you for the super chats. You guys are insane. John Murdoch, you don't have to send. I know you always throw another 50 in there, brother. You dropped 500. It's fine. Okay. When will the Raw replay be? Probably tomorrow. Beardo was talking about that on the stream last night, but I can't remember specifically. So, but yes, thank you guys. Really do appreciate it. Hail to the chat. Hail to the 199. You guys have a great day. Companion Q for 50. He just says something for 50. Just says something for 50. Something. Holy crap. Thank you so much. Let's see. The Admiral says, Hail 199, hold the line. God bless. Thank you. Appreciate it. Have a good day. We'll talk to all of you later. I'll see you tonight for some more CobraCast 199, Unit 199. Bye, everyone.